Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. I am Starco Gaming and we are back with another Dragon Champion video. If you are level 15 or below, make sure to use promo code the Starco to get a free starter pack. To do so, it is pretty simple guys. You go in the settings, use promo code, and you enter the code the Starco, S-T-A-R-K-O. You press OK and you will receive the goodie, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. By the way guys, we are now streaming every Tuesday and Friday night 7 p.m. Pacific time for Dragon Champion. Also, we do have Drag Wins giveaway during those streams, so make sure you check it out guys. Definitely worth it. So guys, today I'm going to be talking about Old Loor. Old Loor just got its new ability level 7, so we're going to check how much better that makes this characters. I've always been a big fan of Old Loor, to be honest guys. The only issues he always had is low HP, which kind of hurt him a little bit, but overall his kit always been very interesting to me. So hopefully those new skills level 7 are actually going to make him much stronger. So let's jump into the roster here. The first thing here guys, you can see is my team for Old Loor. My favorite team for Old Loor is going to be General Murdoch lead with Dr. Frank, Old Loor, Atom, and Major Shot. I think that is actually the best setup for Old Loor. A lot of debuff, a lot of follow-up attack, and I like to put Tanissa and Amara in a different team, and also Arno and Pigwall. Both of those duo add synergy together in a different team, because they will bring a lot of follow-up attack by themselves. They don't actually General Murdoch to actually get it done. So that's kind of my setup I like to do with my goblins, by the way guys. So General Murdoch lead with Dr. Frank, Old Loor, Atom, and Major Shot is my personal favorite team for Old Loor. Now we're gonna jump on Old Loor here guys. We're gonna take a look at his new skills. We're gonna say which skills we should get to level 7, skills level 6, and whatever. After that I'm gonna talk about the stats and how to actually build them properly, and what is the best runes and artifact for him, obviously. And also guys, the best place to actually use this character is going to be two places you're really going to be using him. You're going to be using him in a battleground if you have enough camp to actually use many teams. You know, maybe 8+ teams, you're going to be using this guy most likely, and then you're going to be using him in guild raids against the phase 4 against the dragons. Actually pretty solid because it's a multi-attack, can actually be very solid. Plus he actually have turn meter increase on himself when you use that third skill. So pretty solid characters for those two game modes. The rest of the gameplay not so much, but can still kick ass if you build them properly in a tournament. By the way guys, you know when he's actually a mandatory characters in tournament. So let's take a look at the skills guys. We're going to start with the passive ability Hatred for nature. Passive ability deals 75% of the additional critical damage, so you don't actually need to get critical damage on this guy, because he's gonna get 75% critical damage here, which is actually pretty solid. And if you're fighting elf in battleground, for example, you're fighting elf, you're gonna get a huge advantage, because you're gonna get an extra 20% crit damage for each living elf in the enemy party. So he gets a shit ton of critical damage. So you want to focus critical rate obviously, so you can actually benefit of that critical damage as much as possible. If Dr. Frank is an ally, restore shield by 40% damage dealt upon critical hit. So if you hit a critical hit, again whatever again, whatever you're fighting, you're actually gonna get a shield of 40% upon the damage. So restoring shield by 40% pretty much. So it's not actually based on damage you're doing. It's just if you critical hit, Dr. Frank is in the party, you get 40% shield. That's actually pretty solid. Now if we actually take a look at this level 7 ability, if you drop that to level 6, you can see you lose 10% shield and you lose 25% critical damage. So I do believe that is going to be an ability that is very important to get to level 7, because it's not just getting a critical damage buff here, it's almost the equivalent of getting a critical damage buff, which is 30% if I'm not mistaken, but it's also the fact that it is steady, it's always present. Every time you hit a critical hit, you're going to be doing that extra 25% critical damage. So I believe that this ability at level 7 is going to be very, very, very important. Now if you cannot get it to level 7, level 6 is going to be very important, because you get the Dr. Frank synergy with it. And that's pretty much what makes this passive ability so strong. Next, we have the third skill, preparation. Gain a critical chance increase, a potency increase, and a currency increase, and damage increase for 2 turns, and recover 65% of the turn meter. Now, if you actually drop that to level 6, you lose 15% turn meter, which is not so bad, but you also lose damage increase for 2 turns, which is, I believe it's 20 or 30% damage increase. I kind of forgot here, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, guys. So that's a lot of extra damage. So I do believe that this ability is going to be very, very important to get to level 7, just because of that damage increase. Level 6 is still good because you still get accuracy increase, so it's pretty no, actually level 6 is not a big change. If you cannot get it to level 7, you want to get it to level 5, and don't really care about the level 6, by the way, guys. Now if we move to the second skills, triple strike. Attack the well, we're gonna switch that to level 7, because level 8 is not a thing that actually exists in the game right now, since we cannot have the red scroll. So let's go to level 7. Attack the enemy 3 times. Each time deal 190% of physical damage, plus if you have good critical hit, that is going to be increasing the amount of damage by multiplied by your critical damage, which is a lot of damage. So 190% physical damage, inflict daze. Any damage decrease to the target for 2 turns if all attack hit the target. That's actually pretty outstanding, guys. That is pretty outstanding. Now if you actually drop this ability from level 5 to level 7 to level 6, you lose a 50% physical damage on your best damaging ability, and you lose your damage decrease that you actually apply to the target for 2 turns if you land all 3 attacks. So this is another skills, guys. This is a really must have level 7 ability on this guy, definitely without a single doubt, guys. This is very strong. This might actually be the most important ability to have to level 7 in my opinion, guys, because it is 50% physical damage per hit, so it's a total 150% physical damage you lose if you do not get this ability to level 7, and that is just so important. So I do think that this second ability is going to be top priority for that level 7 ability. And then you have the basic ability here. Pretty much left hook deal 320% physical damage to an enemy. Daze target takes 420% physical damage instead, and receive slow for 2 turns and a ability block for 1 turn. And this is just outstanding ability here. You can see if you drop that from level 7 to level 6, you lose 60% physical damage, you lose 100% physical damage to Daze target, and you lose the ability block for 1 turn if the target is dazed. The target should be dazed after you use your second skill. So basically you start with the third skill, you go with the second skills, apply your daze to the target, and then with the basic ability you apply ability block to the same target, and actually be pretty great against a tank, a defender, to be honest. So the defender at that point cannot really taunt again after you use this skill. I think that awesome ability. Honestly, all the level 7 ability for Old Loor are amazing. Now we just have to decide in which priority, in what order you should actually get them to level 7. So number 1 priority is going to be the triple strike. I think the triple strike at level 7 is definitely the most important, because it's 150% physical damage globally you're gonna gain here, and a damage decrease, which is pretty important in my opinion. So priority number 1. Priority number 2 will be this one. The 25% critical damage and 10% shield is a huge. Then you're gonna have this skill, damage increase for 2 turns and 15% turn meter. That is just too important, guys. So that is going to be very important. So that will be my third one, and then you have this one, the fourth one, and this still a very good level 7 ability, guys. This level 7 ability could probably a top 20 level 7 ability in the game. It's just outstanding how they redesigned this guy. But let's be honest, guys, without those level 7 ability, old Loor is not that good. So I think that they're trying to fix the character by giving him overpower level 7 abilities so it can actually become a little bit more useful. I think that's the way they went about it, and I do think it's actually a great way to do this. Personally, on my personal account, I might actually think on the live account, I might actually think about getting all his ability to level 7, since I really love the character. I think that could actually make him a lot stronger, to be honest, but that's gonna be something I'll think over, guys, in the future. But anyway, those were the skills. So that was my priority, guys. Priority number 2, passive, number 3, and basic ability for level 7 ability. Now if we actually talk about runes and artifact, guys, let's jump into the runes first. Well, the stats, let's talk about the stats, guys. You have a few basics you want to hit with the stats. First, you want to get as much critical chance as possible, but also you have to take in consideration that you're going to get a critical chance buff, which gives you 30% critical chance. So basically, if you can land anything between 60 and 70% critical chance, you are going to be doing very, very good, because you had that 30% critical chance from the 3rd skill buff, and that's going to give you a lot of critical chance. So I do believe that anything above 60% is going to be very, very solid. Even 50% is still very solid because of that critical chance buff from the 3rd skill. So this is going to be one of the most important stats, but also you need that potency to be up, because if you don't have that potency, you lose a lot of damage, because you're not gonna get extra damage against stays, and also you lose the opportunity to apply ability block, which is very important, and use the opportunity to apply a stun, which we're gonna cover when we jump to the artifacts. So guys, this is very important, guys. You need that critical chance, but you also need the potency, and as always, guys, you need as much speed as possible, especially that this character has a very, very low base speed. So with that said, guys, we're going to take a look at the runes here. What we did here is we went with potency runes all around, guys, to get that potency above 100%, and we took care of the critical chance through extra stats, bonus stats, and also main stats on the bottom runes, and then on the artifact, obviously, that we're going to be checking in a minute. But here we can actually take a look at the runes we have. You can see here critical chance, speed, speed primary with critical chance, and potency. Here you can see speed, critical chance primary with speed. Here we have potency, speed, and critical chance. Potency primary with critical chance and speed. So you can see the pattern, guys. As much speed, critical chance, and potency as possible to actually you know, gain those stats you actually need. If you actually look here, we were able to reach over 100% potency with pretty much 4-star runes, 1 5-star rune obviously here. So it's actually not that hard to actually reach that. I think that with 3-star runes, you could definitely get over 90% potency with 6 potency runes. So it's actually not that actually hard to actually reach that 100% potency without a potency artifact on this guy. You can see we have 192 speed. I think that if you can reach 180 speed on this character, that's actually pretty solid, because like I said, his base speed is very, very low. Now if we actually look at the artifact, this is literally the best artifact you can have for the guy. You can get those from the battleground shop, by the way, guys. It's pretty easy to get. Basically, attacking a dazed enemy has a 50% chance to apply stun for old Loor, and can happen 3 times per battle. So not only when you actually apply that daze to the target, you can apply ability block, but you can also stun the target when you attack the daze target. That is just outstanding in my personal opinion, guys. This is just outstanding for that, but also you're gonna be making up for the low HP with the HP percentage on that artifact, and you're gonna get that critical chance, obviously, which is going to be pretty useful. And now most people will only get this artifact to 4 stars. So at 4 stars, you're still going to get 12% critical chance, which is still going to give you, see, that'll still give me above 60% critical, well, a little around 60% critical chance, and we'll be getting 18% HP, which will bring my HP to you can take about 4,000 HP away, so still 28,000 HP on this character. So even at 4 star, this artifact is is definitely gonna get the job. So this is pretty much how to build and runes and artifact. This characters, guys, is not that hard to actually build up and set up, obviously. And also when you actually get those up, you're gonna get a lot of HP, critical chance, HP. I think we have some speed too, and here we critical chance, potency. So when you actually get him to gear 12, you're gonna get a huge boost on his stats too, which is gonna be very solid. I do believe that this character is actually a much better character, guys, actually going up on my tier list. If you wonder where to find my tier list, guys, you can find it on my Discord server. The link is in the description down below. So definitely getting the ability level 7 on this character is a huge upgrade, guys. That makes this character so much stronger, to a lot more damage. I think that is very important, and with the fact that you get a 65% turn meter recovery on that third skill, just allow you to pretty much launch that second skill almost right after you use that third skill, which is gonna allow you to do a shit ton of damage, which is pretty useful. But anyway, guys, that's what we had to say about this character. So hopefully you guys agree with me. I am a big fan of Loor. I'm really happy with the ability level 7. I think, like I said, guys, that is going to be that's going to be making this character so much better. But anyway, guys, that's all we had for today's video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and check the bell to get notified when we post a new video, go live with the live stream. Guys, thank you for being part of my community. You all have a great day, and I will see you guys again in the next video. Thank you.